Lusk was still very much an agriculturally based community. A lot of the people who passed on, but people like Tommy Jenkinson and Pipes Bentley have their own special memories of the time.
The occupational background of Lusk was mixed farming. There were some very excellent farmers there with an emphasis on beef production. In those days there was a great beef trade with England, and it was not unusual to see thousands of cattle every Thursday at the Dublin market going down the North Circular Road to the boats for England. And the Lusk area produced its maximum of that type of business. I well remember the fun. There was a famous buyer from England just come over around January, after Christmas anyway, January and February, to buy the stall feds. These were the cattle that were fed in the stalls. And a great amount of the agricultural worker farmers was producing food, oats, turnips, hay, etc., to produce these stall feds. And they made a lot of money, 30 and 40 pounds, which was a great lump of money then, in those days. And there would be a real rodeo when this buyer, whose name was Story, I remember it, some of the elders would remember Story, he would come over from England with his aides and he would buy a trainload of cattle. Now these cattle would be let out on the roads, very little cars then, very little traffic, to go to the railway station in Lusk. And as we as young fellows would have great fun banging the cattle and loading them into the wagons, and it seemed to be a great day's work. There could be up to 150 to 100 stall feds, and then the same would happen again in February.
Lusk and Rush were the home of market gardening. Mechanisation was only in its infancy, and farmers still needed labourers to work the fields, to pick the potatoes, and even to make the hay. There was also other work, harder than we could even imagine today.
When the road was widened from between Blake's Cross and Morton's of a Lock, 100 men started on the Monday morning to widen that road with shovels and spades, and everybody had to bring their own shovel and spade. And McGee's of RD made shovels, and the spades all came from Newry. There was a factory in Newry making spades. I bought a spade all Newry made and a shovel from RD, and he said, "Grandma Cree, believe in me." Me courage soon was gone. And the foreman said, "Move on ahead and kindly let me see how the ditches was made with the Newry spade and the shovel from RD."